On everything, this YSL trial is a complete and utter circus. In a shocking turn of events, a lawyer from the YSL camp was arrested on gang-related charges just 2 days ago for an apparent role in a cover-up involving a client that was involved in a shooting that murked somebody, bruh. Honestly, just looking at what this lawyer posts, if I were to give an over-under on her being involved in a gang-related shooting, I'd win my parlays every time.
There's 3 types of drug dealers that need to quit the game. The first type, the one that does their own product. There's no J in the word trap star. If you're thinking about your re-up and thinking about how much of it you can do for free, that's a problem, not a profit. The second type, the one that carries all their dope on them, or a little bit of this, a little bit of that, then puts it in a book bag, puts it in their floorboard of their back seat, and then smokes a blunt on the road. You need to check into the game. The third type, the one that carries all their money on them. 1, you're a liability to get robbed. 2, what's the point in the risk you're taking if you have no savings? You're just playing with the system.
Just to illustrate how crazy this is in the scope of the YSL trial, this isn't even the first lawyer to be arrested and detained in this case. Can't forget that previous YSL lawyer who was arrested for allegedly trying to bring illicit drugs into the courtroom. Bruh, you seriously cannot make this up. This is a representation for a lot of the YSL members who don't have the huge legal budgets like Young Thug, but are still not trying to have that public defender, you know? This is that middle ground. But this YSL attorney has a lot more than meets the eye, because somehow this lawyer got involved in a crazy gang-related beef that might just have implications to Young Thug and YSL altogether, man. Today, we gotta talk about the gang beef that got YSL lawyer Nicole Fegan arrested right now, man. It's a crazy situation and we're gonna get into it right now. But before we do, I'm gonna need you to do something for me, man. Like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna run this video, man. Make sure y'all check out the merch link in the description at staysafeworld.com. Hit that notification bell so whenever I post, y'all are tuned in right away. Man, let's get into this. Chapter 1. My lawyer is gang?
Defense attorney is on the other side of the law tonight. Atlanta police say she told a murder suspect to throw away evidence. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert has worked on this story all day. He joins us live in downtown Atlanta with the details. Tyler?
Yeah, Courtney, good evening to you. Nicole Fegan represents a defendant in the Young Slime Life gang case. Tonight, she is now in trouble herself. In fact, I've learned she is facing a gang charge. Atlanta area criminal defense attorney Nicole Fegan now needs a lawyer of her own after being arrested in Gwinnett County Friday and booked into the Fulton County Jail. Police say she told a murder suspect he was wanted and to ditch his phone. This stems from a September 2022 deadly shooting in downtown Atlanta. Atlanta police say she contacted a suspect in the case to tell him he was wanted and then told him to dispose of his phone. Detectives say Fegan was not representing the suspect she called and learned about the warrant during a court hearing related to the shooting.
Nicole Fegan, who represented Tanquarius Mender in the YSL RICO trial, was charged with criminal street gang activity and criminal solicitation to commit the offense of tampering with evidence. According to the Atlanta Police Department, Fegan was brought to the attention of investigators during the investigation of a deadly double shooting at William Street and Baker Street on September 27, 2022. Investigators say Fegan contacted one of the people involved and told them about an active warrant for his arrest. Later, during a preliminary hearing, it was revealed that Fegan had told the man to dispose of his phone before police arrested him. Hold up. So, she called and said that he had a warrant. I mean, is that really that bad? You know, that's like a good attorney, I would hope, you know. But then the second part is kind of, you know, a little iffy in regards to legality. I mean, that's still being a good attorney. I would want my attorney to go above and beyond, especially if I'm, you know, getting arrested for murder. I would definitely want her to do anything in her power that she could possibly do, bro. This is like an episode of Power or something like that. Fegan was taken into custody in Gwinnett County and will be transported to the Fulton County Jail. Her attorney, Renee Rockwell, who's also a fellow defense attorney, says Fegan is innocent of the charges. She says Fegan has agreed to a $40,000 bond. She was released from jail around 10 p.m. on Friday. You know, Fegan basically said we gonna beat this case on her social media, basically listening to like a Future song and stuff like that. Very heartwarming video. She seems like a very heartwarming person, you know. She be flexing money and stuff in her Instagram. She looks like she would be involved involved in some type of gang shooting. I'm not gonna lie, you know, looks can be deceiving though, but I'm just gonna admit, just looking at her social media is not totally surprising at all. The craziest thing about this arrest though is the incident in question is a crazy double shooting that police pretty much saw in 4K, bruh. I swear, you cannot make this up. And we're gonna get into that whole part of the scenario right now. Let's get it. Chapter 2, caught in 4K. On October 12, 2022, one of the most fried crash house incidents went down in broad daylight. According to police's newly released video, investigators say shows a person of interest in a deadly double shooting late that month. The shooting occurred around 4:30 p.m. near the corner of Baker and William Street. Atlanta police say the two victims were driven to Grady Memorial Hospital, where one man unfortunately succumbed to his injuries and died later that day. And police are saying somewhere between the time that this dude was caught on video fleeing the scene and when he was apprehended, this lady informed him and basically did some mad illegal type shit. Honestly, I feel like to be a good lawyer, you gotta go above and beyond, man. I just gotta reiterate that. And that's no cap. How else do you think these high profile lawyers be making moves to get their clients out when they're obviously guilty, man? Specifically, the lawyers in the YSL case too are probably as desperate as they come. As this one lawyer who was put on DJ Vlad's and was basically interviewed put it, a lot of the lawyers specifically in the YSL case might end up going bankrupt. This is such a time-consuming case, and apparently it's so intensive. It's actually the most expensive case in Georgia state history, and it's so intensive that they can't really take other clients while this case is going on. This means that they're pretty much stuck with their clients for the foreseeable future, and you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. That lawyer basically said that they could end up going bankrupt because of the fact that they can't even get other clients. So you would think that realizing this, she probably was like, dang, I need to help this client because I'm about to have this huge YSL case and I gotta do whatever it takes, because if I don't get paid from him, then I'm going out mad sad, bro. You know what they say, you gotta crack a couple of eggs to make an omelet. I think the biggest thing, if you're gonna do something blatantly illegal and you're a lawyer, you gotta at least know how to not get caught. Otherwise, that's just going out mad sad, bro. Like, what? That's insane. It's kind of crazy putting myself in her shoes right now, but at the end of the day, this is the type of representation that a lot of the people in the YSL case are getting. And you know, yeah, it's good that they're getting above and beyond, but it's like their credibility is definitely something that's going to be taking a major hit there. You know, how are the judge and the jury and everyone else supposed to listen to this guy when they know that they willingly went and basically covered up a murder and basically allowed people to pretty much destroy their own communities in front of their very eyes? I'm not saying that I would really care, but I'm just saying that generally the people who are, you know, the jury in these scenarios are actually just normal people that might not even know who Young Thug is or who YSL members are or anything like that. That's who they specifically choose. At the end of the day though, the guy that she's representing was able to be charged separately and is not a co-defendant per se in this, because his trial is completely separate from Young Thug. So it's not like this is going to affect him in the way that you would think like this is something that would affect Young Thug because of new evidence or anything like that. But the thing that's more than likely going to affect Young Thug is the fact that this is not very good representation, you know? And these are the people who could possibly have some type of role or any type of statements that could incriminate Young Thug. A lot of the people, and we've been talking about this for a while in the YSL trial, there's so many people that are on trial. You know, at the beginning there was like almost like 50 people that were on trial, and then obviously a lot of people took plea deals. A lot of people got out with those plea deals like Gunham, and a lot of others like Unfold. Some of them went back in like Unfold. But for the most part, those people were all whittled down, and then it was only a couple more people left, and Young Thug was the last one really standing that's taking it to trial and fighting for it. But he also has the biggest budget. But this guy, who doesn't necessarily have the biggest budget, has a crash out lawyer, and what's to say, I mean, obviously the lawyer's not going to tell them to snitch or anything, but what's to say that their whole scenario or their whole case could directly affect Young Thug in that way, just by guilty by association? It's a pretty interesting time, you know, especially in Atlanta. And it's pretty much, I feel like the whole Atlanta circuit is a complete mess. Like, We got the DA, Fannie Willis, who basically is almost getting indicted, you know, for going out with the man that she put as a special prosecutor for Trump. So really, even the prosecutors and DAs are not really looking that good in the public sphere. Like, they're looking kind of crazy, like crash outs too. We got this incident. We got Young Thug's other co-defendant's lawyer basically getting arrested. It's all bad, you know. It's looking like a Tyler Perry Medea's courtroom type vibe. And at the end of the day, this is not the type of situation that you want to have around you when you're facing your life is on the line, pretty much. Like, I don't even know how to describe how these people must feel when going through these incidents like that, man. But I mean, she kept it solid, so she didn't snitch, which is a lot more than a lot of these other rappers, you know, a lot of those plea deal takers. She did a lot more than them. She kept it more solid than Gunna, I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's definitely gonna come back to haunt her. And now she's on trial too. She's gonna be on trial as well. She's gonna be right next to her client on trial, man. Same judge and everything. You really cannot make this up, man. But hey, let me know in the comments what y'all think about this whole scenario, man. Do you think that she snitched? Do you think she's gonna get out? Do you think that it makes sense that she covered up this type of scenario? Or do you think that she kind of just worked in her client's worst interest by doing it? Do you think that this is gonna affect Young Thug in the long run? Or just the overall YSL defense team in the long run, man? Let me know in the comments what y'all think, man. Real say shit. You already know what's going on. Like, comment, subscribe. Yes, sir. Ski. Peace.